Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir Silent Gods Season 3 video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you all of the new sets being added to the game. So the 2-piece and 3-piece sets for that you can earn from completing the dungeons Grave of Venom, Grave of Rot, and Grave of Curse. So we'll be running through all of those and talking about what I think about them. Before I get into that though, just a quick thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Dragonheir Silent Gods. So thank you to the developers of the game for helping me to support my channel and push it further and keep bringing content to you guys. If you are enjoying the look of the game and you're not already playing or you want to support the channel, please do click the link in the description. It does help me out massively. And if you're not already playing the game, then it will help you obviously get into the game for free. So in terms of the sets for this season, so if we jump over to Grave of Venom first of all, we'll cover the damage sets as the first thing we look at. So here we go, at Grave of Venom, as you can see there are these mythical items here. I do cover them in a separate video, so if you look at the video I posted yesterday, you'll be able to see all about the mythic gear and what I think of that. But as for the normal sets, as you can see here, first of all we've got the Aerial Battle Roar items. So these do give 15% attack and 10% crit rate as a 2-piece bonus. The 3-piece bonus grants the wearer an additional 4 attack for every 1 crit damage they have. So this is a huge potential to bump your attack up a massive amount. Obviously, if you think kind of acquiring 150 to 200% crit damage is kind of standard for most builds towards the end of the game. So you're just getting that nice little passive influx of attack whilst also getting the crit rate bonus and the attack bonus from the set. I think this will probably be used quite frequently by a lot of damage dealers. Next up, we've got the Unclean Bloodlines set. So attack percent plus 50, or attack percent by 15% and 30 enlightenment. The 3-piece set, a bonus here, increases the derivative damage dealt by the wearer by 20%. So this set is going to be really good for those derivative damage dealers like Flora, Evelios, Shoutar, and I'm sure there's many more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but this will probably be the go-to set for that. I haven't tested it out yet. I've only had the test server for a little bit and it's not been my priority. Wanting to test obviously all the new Season 3 heroes has been right up there as the #1 thing to do. But in the next few days I will give this a try and compare it to some of the other sets and see how it does compare. Next up we've got the Rhapsodist's Cooling Chest. So this is a 2-piece effect that gives you 15% attack and 20% attack speed, just like Gambler did last season. The 3-piece effect is the wearer's basic attack ignores 20% of the target's defense. This screams Dauntless. It also screams some of the other new damage types. I think Shadow's probably going to benefit quite a lot from having attack speed, especially the new exclusive. He does a lot of basic attacks when he's in his Shadow form. So I think this is going to be a really good set for a lot of heroes, but most notably Dauntless will gain a huge benefit from having this set. Obviously, all of their attacks do count as basic attacks, so it's basically 20% ignore defense at all times. So yeah, very, very good set. Last up for the damage sets, we've got the Emperor's Might Chest. So this is a set that we actually had in Season 3, and it became probably the go-to damage set towards the end in the final final week or so on the Mecha Talk boss. So attack percent and skill haste, 20 skill haste, it's nothing to laugh at. It's a good amount to get. It does help to bring your cooldowns down. But the 3-piece effect is where it all becomes great. So when the wearer deals damage to an enemy with lower attack, the current damage will be increased based on the difference value of attack. When the wearer's attack reaches 200% of that of the target, the damage bonus will be increased to the maximum value of 50%. So on Mecha Talk, when the ads were spawning in Season 2, the ads that spawned didn't have any attack, we don't think. So you were gaining full value, 50% attack, 50% damage bonus on every hit you used if you were using this set. I'd really like to think that this set will retain its value more in Season 3 as well and become one of the go-to sets because it was so good to use, and unfortunately I didn't have a huge amount of it going into Mecha Talk and I burnt through any energy that I'd saved up trying to get as much as I could to improve my damage, and it honestly made such a difference that it would be a shame to lose that value this season. However, based on how well it performed, I would be very shocked if it doesn't retain at least some of that value going into Season 3. So now if we move over to Grave of Curse next, we'll have a look at the tank sets. So first of all, we're going to go for the Ancestral Protection set. This is the set that's been through Season 1, Season 2, and now it's made its way to Season 3. It's effectively ally protection, so 60 resistance and 15% HP. The 3% effect is a 3-piece effect, the wearer takes 15% of the damage that otherwise would be taken by allies while gaining 15% damage reduction. Only one character may trigger the effect or the damage reduction effect for the same team. So, in other words, you want to have one of these in your team. If you're against something that's actually doing a large amount of damage or even kind of just sustained damage, for example, Vortex, you want to make sure you've got somebody wearing this in your team because the damage reduction it gives on the tank wearing it is pretty substantial, but also 15% less damage for everybody else is huge, and it really will take your, well, it will probably make you last quite a bit longer than you would normally. So yeah, definitely a set to keep an eye out for. You want to have probably at least 3 or 4 good sets of this based on different stats to rotate around and make sure you're using it. Next up, we've got the new set for the tank set, and that is the Tundra Tenacity chest. So skill haste plus 20 and 15% HP. The 3-piece bonus reduces the damage taken by the wearer by 20% when that damage does not crit. So this will be really strong against things that deal derivative damage. One thing that I have noticed is the new Famiander boss coming in Season 3. By the looks of it, does a lot of derivative damage to your tank. This set will be huge because anything you're taking that's not a crit is reduced by 25%, and obviously derivative damage cannot crit. So that's effectively a permanent 25% damage reduction on that set. So I think this set will be really heavily used in Season 3, Obviously, at the moment, I've not had the chance to test it out properly or find areas where it really will shine, but I am fairly confident that it will be one of the better options for defensive utility going forwards. Next up, we've got the support sets. So we go over to Grave of Rot for these ones. When it loads, there we go. So the Grave of Rot. Okay, so when I was on, when I received my assets for the test server, I was actually told that the stun set had gone. However, it's here. So originally the Mona Lisa set was going to be back, which was going to provide healing whenever you used your ultimate skill. But it looks like they have reverted that, and the Holy Hunter stun set is staying. So accuracy and resistance, whenever the wearer deals damage to an enemy, there's a 20% chance of inflicting stun for 3 seconds. However, derivative damage does not trigger that. This set is the go-to for Pillar of Trials, Famiander, and anything that has waves that you're struggling to deal with. This set is going to help you a ton. So make sure you are farming a bunch of this from Grave of Rot. The last set then is the Puppeteer's Inspiration set. It gives accuracy and 20 skill haste. The 3-piece effect, allies around the wearer gain a defense up equal to 15% of the wearer's defense, and the first time those allies drop below 50%, they will receive 20% target's max HP healing. This is going to be really good. If you've got somebody with a huge amount of defense, for example, off the top of my head, Garius, you build with a load of defense for his healing, having this set on him will give everybody a huge amount of defense in addition to that. Also, somebody like Ardreth, who's already boosting everybody's defense, this set is going to complement that so well and give you even more defense, allowing you to focus more into damaging stats into your builds, and in my opinion, making a massive difference to the way you actually look at building your heroes. So that is all of the new sets coming into the game. Obviously, like I said, I did do a video covering these mythical items, so make sure you check that out. But other than that, just a huge thank you to you guys for watching the video, and a huge thank you once again to the sponsors of the video, Dragonheir Silent Gods. Do remember to click that link in the description or the pinned comment if you'd like to support the channel or get involved with Dragonheir. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.